I'm Michael Pugh. I'm a professor at the University of Bradford in the Peace Studies Division, and I'm also a visiting professor here at SciCam in the Netherlands, University in Nijmegen. One of the things that needs to be addressed is the relationship between state building and peace building. I don't think you can build peace from above. You may be able to stop fighting with UN monitors, and that may well be required for Syria. The attempt to build states, rebuild states, is very ambitious. You could argue that in the Balkans we don't have fully fledged states even now, or states that would be sustainable. And whether or not one needs to ask the question, has state building and peace building been conflated? So they've been merged to such an extent that there is now a belief that you can't have peace without a fully fledged state. And what is the purpose of that state, and what kind of functions should that state perform? The other issue is whether or not you can integrate development issues into peace building in such a way that it enables local people to develop them in a way that is meaningful to their own culture, and enables them to protect themselves against the vulnerabilities of being integrated into a global economic system where they have no comparative advantage or very little comparative advantage. That seems to me one of the main problems with trying to introduce an economic system that insists on integration with the global economy. Export-led growth, fine, but what have they got to export is one of the questions that you need to ask. And should they have open borders to allow foreign products in without developing their own agriculture and industrial base if they've got potential for industry? That, to me, is one of the key issues. The after the Second World War, Europeans protected themselves enormously against foreign competition. It took them 50 years to get rid of many of the tariff and non-tariff boundaries against each other, let alone against the rest of the world. And there are still protective measures in place for agriculture, for instance. But it seems that this kind of approach is not allowed to people who are even more vulnerable than Europe in the 50s.